In the past few years, Australia has repeatedly imposed or export bans on China, trying to artificially raise prices to obtain higher profits. It didn't take long for Australia to regret its decision. The reason is that China cooperated with Congo-Brazzaville to jointly develop the Mbalam-Nabeba iron ore project. The project is expected to provide China with more than 100 million tons of iron ore each year. It is worth noting that the Mbalam-Nabeba iron ore project was originally jointly developed by Australia and Congo-Brazzaville. So why did Congo-Brazzaville stop cooperating with Australia and hand over the mining rights to China? Steel resources are the core pillar of modern industry. The higher the degree of industrialization of a country, the greater the demand for iron ore. As the country with the largest real economy in the world, China's iron ore imports in 2023 will be close to 1.2 billion tons, which is more than the total of the United States and Japan. Although China has rich iron ore resources, if it relies entirely on domestic mining, these reserves will soon be exhausted, and at the same time, they will not be able to meet the huge industrial needs. Therefore, in order to ensure the sustainable development of industrial production, China decided to cooperate with other countries to mine iron ore to make up for the shortage of domestic resources. The Republic of Congo, referred to as Congo-Brazzaville, is located in the central and western part of the African continent and has a vast territory of 342,000 square kilometers. But this country is best known for its rich underground iron ore resources. After years of exploration by geologists, Congo-Brazzaville has an amazing iron ore resource reserve of 25 billion tons. Among them, the most famous mines include Moanda Iron Mine, Mwini Iron Mine and Kisangani Iron Mine. Mayoko Mining Area is one of the largest iron ore mining areas in Congo-Brazzaville, with reserves of about 1.5 billion tons. The reserves of the Bele Mining Area are about 1.2 billion tons. Although it is relatively small, it has high development potential due to its good mining conditions. The reserves of the Saple Mining Area are about 1 billion tons. Although it is located in a remote area and is difficult to mine, it is rich in resources. Although Congo-Brazzaville has rich iron ore resources, it faces many challenges and difficulties. From a technical point of view, Congo-Brazzaville lacks advanced mining equipment and technical support, and local iron ore mining is inefficient and costly. In terms of economy and policy, Congo-Brazzaville lacks sufficient funds and policy support to effectively promote the mining and utilization of iron ore resources. This has led to Congo-Brazzaville being highly dependent on foreign companies in the field of iron ore mining. In 2011, Australia's Sundance Company successfully won the Congo-Brazzaville Mbalam-Nabeba iron ore project for $4.6 billion. The project spans the border between Congo-Brazzaville and Cameroon and includes two main mining areas, Barga Mine and Nabeba Mine, with a total reserve of more than 800 million tons of iron ore. Once the project is successfully implemented, Australia will receive $80 million to $300 million in revenue each year. However, surprisingly, in December 2020, the Congo-Brazzaville government suddenly announced the revocation of the mining license of Sundance's subsidiary, Congo Steel Company, for the Mbalam-Nabeba iron ore project. So, what's going on? In fact, since Australia obtained the mining rights for the iron ore project, it has been nearly a decade since it started mining. Behind this is a common strategy of Western mining giants. They actively deploy around the world and compete for various resource mining projects, but after grabbing enough projects, they are not in a hurry to mine. Because once a large amount of mining is carried out, it may lead to oversupply in the market, thus affecting the price of iron ore. These companies prefer to control and stabilize the global iron ore market price by delaying mining, so as to keep the pricing power firmly in their own hands. In this regard, the Minister of Mines of Congo-Brazzaville said when talking about this matter that although British and Australian companies like Sundance have obtained mining concessions, they have failed to fulfill their obligations to develop these high-quality iron ore mines for 10 years, and the project has progressed slowly. They accuse these companies of lacking sincerity and responsibility, caring only about their own interests and ignoring the development of the local economy and society. Therefore, the government decided to revoke their mining licenses as a warning. As far as I know, after Congo-Brazzaville revoked the mining rights of the Australian company Sundance Resources, China obtained the mining rights of the Mbalam-Nabeba iron ore project by investing $3.6 billion. This project includes the mining and processing of iron ore and the construction of a 500-kilometer railway from the mining area to the port of Kribi in Cameroon. The construction of the railway began in 2021 and is expected to be completed by the end of 2024. After the project is developed, it is expected to produce more than 100 million tons of iron ore per year. According to the agreement, the cooperation period between the two parties is 25 years, which means that China can obtain at least 2.5 billion tons of iron ore. Interestingly, China cooperated with Congo-Brazzaville to mine iron ore, and Australia regretted its actions. What is going on? In the past decade, China has been the world's largest importer of iron ore, while Australia has been the world's largest exporter of iron ore, accounting for 70% of the export market to China. Data shows that in 2020 and 2021 alone, China imported 713 million tons and 694 million tons of iron ore from Australia, respectively, and the trade volume between the two sides reached $100 billion. This fully demonstrates China's high dependence on Australian iron ore. Just as this dependence relationship was becoming increasingly close, Australia, in order to make more profits, joined hands with the United States and took advantage of its position as a major iron ore exporter to take some unfair measures to raise the price of iron ore. This led to a sharp rise in iron ore prices in the international market, forcing Chinese steel companies to raise product prices, which had a certain impact on China's economic development. After the incident, China realized the risks of over-reliance on a single country to import iron ore. It not only expanded its iron ore imports from other countries, but also actively sought new partners internationally. Against this background, China cooperated with Congo-Brazzaville to develop the Mbalam-Nabeba iron ore project. The project can provide China with 100 million tons of iron ore each year. In the future, with the introduction of China's new mining technology, the annual output is expected to reach 200 to 300 million tons. This change means that Congo-Brazzaville is expected to replace Australia as China's largest iron ore supplier. It should be noted that Australia earns tens of billions of dollars from iron ore exports to China every year, and now these earnings are facing huge threats. It is not surprising that Australia regrets its previous behavior.